Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I am going to be working on the cover for my own December daily, and I have two choices, and I'm going to figure out today while we're making the cover what I'm going to do, because I just need to get on with it. It's the 22nd today, and so I have like a week until we actually start our December dailies. So I am using a Reader's Digest book cover. I take the spine off, I take the guts out, and I just use the cover, and I will use this with the ring, 3 rings, the bookbinding rings. So I have this burgundy one here, which is not ideal. However, it's all I had left after I made all the journals that I made for my show to sell. All the other ones I have are the vintage style ones that have patterns on them, and none of them are Christmassy at all. So I decided to go with this one, and I'll show you why. I'm going to be using this Reminisce. I don't know how old this is, but this is flocked paper. Now my junk journal, my December daily, is vintage themed. So I am going to be using this flocked paper on the cover. Now on the back, I just went ahead and stenciled some snowflakes with white paint, okay? And I'm not fussed about the back, because that's the back, right? I just put a little bit of decoration. I usually don't decorate my backs at all, but I just was inspired to put some snowflakes on. I don't know why. But for the front, since I was using this green flocked, I really didn't want it on that maroon, because my main image I'm using is this vintage greeting card here with this tree with the candy canes on it. And this red, I know it's not the same. It's not the same red. So I decided to go ahead and just use regular white craft paint, and I painted around the outside, because then it's going to be, of course, covered with the flock, right? Like that. When I painted it, I realized that it's super, super white. But the image that I'm using, you can see, is more yellow than stark white. So what I did was I took some vintage photo, and I might actually do a little bit more, and I just kind of grunged up the edge to make it a little more yellow. And I'm going to just do this again real quick, because the first time I did it, it did, dye it quite a bit. It wasn't the stark hospital white, but still not enough for my liking. So there we go. So now it's going to be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere the flocked green to the base, and I'm going to be using my Beacon foam and poster board adhesive, because I think that will work well. Now, one thing I'm going to say, and I've said it before, if you use these old Reader's Digest book covers, and you're going to be decorating them, gluing something on, and you're going to be using something like one of these Beacon glues, I don't know, are these silicone glues? I don't know what makes these different from, they're not PVA glues, it's a different kind of glue. But you need to be super careful with these old Reader's Digests that you only get it where you want it, because it will lift the color off of these if you leave it on too long and then try to remove it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put my green on. I cut it so that you could see a little bit of the border. I didn't want the whole thing to be green. And plus the other thing is, if you cut it a little bit shorter, so you've got this, band all the way around, like a little frame all the way around, it sticks better. If you try to get it all the way to the end, sometimes the corners lift and so on and so forth. So if you do it this way, you're going to get a better adhesion, because it's really a flat surface. All right. So I'm good with that. I think that's fairly even. I am going to just take my rag and just make sure I wipe off any extra glue. Now there's paint, acrylic paint, so I'm not afraid that the color is going to come off, but this glue, you know, when it dries shiny. So it's clear, but it's shiny, and I really want the matte finish. Okay, so now I have my, if you could feel it, this is flocked. This is this great flocked. I mean, how vintage is flocking, right? So that's the base. So now I've got my Christmas tree, and I'm going to be putting this way up over here, and I'm just going to leave like a hairline around the top and this side of the green, just to frame it a little tiny bit. You know, I don't want it pushed over like that so you can't see any of the green like that. I don't think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and, unfortunately, this is one of the ones where it had the card, the greeting card. It's more like paper than cardstock. If you know anything about old greeting cards, some of the old greeting cards, the vintage ones, were more papery, and they were folded into quarters. And then, you know, that made the card a little bit stronger, but it was, you could actually unfold them. And then this is one of the ones, but they had more pictures in them because they had more surface. So unfortunately, you have to cover this picture here. So I'm going to go ahead. I need to pull this a little bit closer to me so that I can see that I'm getting it on evenly-ish, right? Evenly-ish. All right, just like that, because I just wanted to get a little bit of that green around the white here. And I hope, oh, you know what? This is the problem. This is what's happening. I didn't cut it. Oh, see, I could have saved that. I didn't cut it. That was totally my fault. I'm like, why is this not sticking? Well, it's not sticking because I didn't realize I hadn't cut it. I still had 2 layers of the card instead of the one I thought I had. No problem. Now this is thin paper here, so I probably don't want to use this glue right now. What I'll do is I'll just grab a glue stick and glue the paper, glue the page down. But see, while I was, oh my goodness. Okay, this is not sticking very well. I might have to use more glue. Ugh. Okay, stay where you are. See, I've ruined I've got glue on the flocking, so I have to make sure that this stays where it is so that that doesn't show anywhere. Ugh, I want it up a tiny bit more. I don't want to fluff around. Okay. This is real crafting right here. Crafting with Helen. This is the real thing, because sometimes it just doesn't go like we think it's gonna go, right? And look, this is all uneven again. All right, maybe if I get it glued together, I can work on it a little bit easier. All right. There we go. Now I got some glue stick there. I need to get that off right away. Off my flocking. Okay, so now I can see that this is really at a bad angle. Come on, Helen, let's get it on. Because I want to do something. I have been thinking about this. I'm not totally flying off this. See, this is going to require quite a bit of glue, because what's happening is the flocking is coming up with the glue when I'm moving it. So I need to make sure that I get enough glue to really soak into the flocking so it won't pull it up. I don't know if you can see that. There's flocking on the back of this card now that I've pulled up. But I'm just going to really soak it with glue, and it should be fine. You know, worst thing is that I screw this one up and I just go get another cover and do something different, right? Okay, there we go. I think that's going to be fine now. Oh, that doesn't go on there. Okay. All right, so now you can see I just did leave a little bit of green border, and I think that that looks better. It just kind of makes the cards pop a little bit to have that little bit of green around there. All right, so there's that. So I'm good with that. Now, here is my vintage lady. Now, she is a sticker. She was on a rectangular white sticker. I fussy cut her out. And the reason this white is here, her dress ends with that black. I just left this tab here so that I'll be able to pull her off. Because once you cut a sticker, like fussy cut around a sticker, it's super hard then to find a place to get it off the backing. So she's going to go right over here as far as I can get her over here. So let's go ahead and put her on because I know she's going there. And then we will look at what the options are from there. Now, I'm learning my lesson that when I'm gluing on flocking, you really need to use a lot of glue. And actually, probably that, like any kind of, like if you glued onto wool or any kind of thick fabric, I think you probably would have the same problem, that you really have to, you know, make sure you use enough glue that it soaks, penetrates so that it will adhere, you know, and not just lift right off. Okay. She's got a wreath, so she's got a bumpy side here that I got to fill that all in. I don't want any loose corners because, you know, on the December daily, for me, I do work on it daily. And so it gets touched and whatever quite a bit. Okay, so I'm going to put her on right here. Okay. She's standing in front of this Christmas tree that she's so proud of. It look. Isn't that cute? Okay, now here's the thing. Two things. Number one, I need 2023 on there. Now I do have some black, kind of boring black 2023 letters that if worse comes to worse, or numbers that I can put over here. Oh, here, I have them right here. I can show you. They're just, I guess they're office type numbers, or I don't know what they are. It's just a whole bunch of numbers, and no, it doesn't go to 2023, but I can use the 20 and butt it right up against the 2023 and put that there. So that's the worst case scenario. I do have a set of, I know I have alphas. I'm not sure if I have the numbers that kind of look like this candy cane. It's a stamp, so I'd have to stamp them in red. But they're not here. They're at the cabin. So I will have to see if they have numbers with that set. If they do, then I'd like to use the 2023 in the candy cane font, because it just goes with the candy canes here, the striping in her package here. So I think that would be cute. So I'm not going to fuss with the date right now. But what I want to do, she's got her hand raised like this, right? She's got her hand raised up here. She needs something in her hand. Now, I have these little snowflake thingies. These are the silver ones. You can get them at Silver and Blue. I don't know if you can still get them, but back in the day, Dollar Tree had these every Christmas, and we all had them. These little gem stars, okay? Star, it's a starry looking snow. It's actually, I think, a snowflake. But I see, I could put that in her hand. She could have that pretty little snowflake in her hand. So that is one option. The other thing I was thinking was, I have this fun little, it's got very, very thin wire in it. It's a little silver garland. And I don't know if you can tell in this, in the tree itself and around the tree are little silver stars. So what I was thinking, and this may totally not work because this stuff might just fall apart when I try to cut it. I don't know. I was thinking of maybe cutting some tiny little bits of this garland, because I like cute. I like over the top cute. So what I was thinking of doing was gluing some of these little garlandy bits to the tree. And yes, I know it's three-dimensional. Most of my December dailies have something three-dimensional on the cover. And I really haven't had any problem with anything falling off. Now, these are just jumping around because I haven't glued them on, but I will glue them on properly. So I was thinking of putting some little garlandy things on the tree. And then give our little Missy something, one in her hand, to, like she's decorating the tree. So I don't know. I'm so torn what to do. I'll tell you what. You guys are going to decide. Are we going to go for this? I hope you can see that. My monitor's so small. So we've got this little three-dimensional thing going with all these cute little baubles. We can do that. Or we can just do the simple, she's got this little snowflakey star in her hand. Now these are too big for me to put on the tree, but I could put just the one in her hand like that. So you guys are going to decide for me which one we're going to do. I'm going to, just put in the comments which one you like better, whichever number has the most, that's what I'm going to do. Because honestly, right at this time, I am torn 50-50. I really don't know which way to go. But I'm definitely doing this. I mean, that's done. I will have 2023 up here and then something in her hand. Whatever you guys vote for. The little doodaddy things or the star. That's going to be it. So guys, that's it. I just wanted to show you real quick. I'm getting on with this. I did have a video already showing you the pages. They are done. Once I get this finished, I will punch the holes in it and put the pages and rings together. And then we will be ready to just play in it, and to maybe, I might make some videos where we do some little embellishments, make some tickets and little Christmas tickets and things like that. While we're working on it. So I hope you liked this video, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. Until the next video, I hope all of you are truly blessed. And for all of my American subscribers, happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.